Once upon a time, a witch loved stories galore, and greedy as she was, she wanted more and more. When she saw that the librarian had stories of all kinds, she said, "I'll capture you, all your stories will be mine." There took place a curious chase through meadow, tree, and flower, till at last they ended up right at the witch's tower. Now poor Marian, the librarian, a prisoner she'll stay, until the witch is happy and lets Marian go away.
Hi, I'm glad to see you. Today, you know, we have to get a story for Kerfumbly about hair. Now, hair is one of those interesting words that can mean two different things. It can mean hair on top of your head, or hair can mean rabbit. It's another word for rabbit. And I think that's what Kerfumbly wants, a story about rabbits. So let's see if we can find the things for one of the most famous rabbit stories of all, the story of Peter Rabbit. Let me look. Oh, here he is. There is Peter Rabbit. You know, he usually wears a little blue jacket with gold buttons. I wonder what happened to his jacket. Maybe we'll find out in the story. Let's see what else I can find. Oh, I bet you know what these are. Mr. McGregor's overalls. You know who Mr. McGregor is? He has a garden very near to where Peter lives. I think we need one more thing. Why, look at this. Some carrots, like the ones that grow in Mr. McGregor's garden. You know, Peter's mother always says to him, "Don't go near Mr. McGregor's garden. It is very dangerous." But Peter loves the carrots and other vegetables that grow there. Do you suppose Peter will mind his mother? We'll find out in the story. Let's put these things in the machine. Mr. McGregor's overalls, and Peter, and the carrots. We'll turn the machine on. Well, it is the story of Peter Rabbit. It's called The Tale of Peter Rabbit. Beatrix Potter wrote this story. Once upon a time, there were 4 little rabbits, and their names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. They lived with their mother in a sandbank underneath the root of a very big fir tree. "Now, my dears," said old Mrs. Rabbit one morning, "you may go into the fields or down the lane, but don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden. Your father had an accident there. He was put in a pie by Mrs. McGregor. Now run along and don't get into mischief. I am going out." Then old Mrs. Rabbit took a basket and her umbrella and went through the wood to the baker's. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, who were good little bunnies, went down the lane to gather blackberries. But Peter, who was very naughty, ran straight away to Mr. McGregor's garden and squeezed under the gate. First he ate some lettuces and some French beans, and then he ate some radishes. And then, feeling rather sick, he went to look for some parsley. But round the end of a cucumber frame, whom should he meet but Mr. McGregor? Mr. McGregor was on his hands and knees, planting out young cabbages, but he jumped up and ran after Peter, waving a rake and calling out, "Stop, thief!" Peter was most dreadfully frightened. He rushed all over the garden, for he had forgotten the way back to the gate. he lost one of his shoes among the cabbages, and the other shoe amongst the potatoes. After losing them, he ran on 4 legs and went faster, so that I think he might have got away altogether if he had not unfortunately run into a gooseberry net and got caught by the large buttons on his jacket. It was a blue jacket with brass buttons, quite new. Peter gave himself up for lost and shed big tears. But his sobs were overheard by some friendly sparrows, who flew to him in great excitement and implored him to exert himself. Mr. McGregor came up with a sieve, which he intended to pop upon the top of Peter. But Peter wriggled out just in time, leaving his jacket behind him, and he rushed into the tool shed and jumped into a can. It would have been a beautiful thing to hide in if it had not had so much water in it. Mr. McGregor was quite sure that Peter was somewhere in the tool shed, perhaps hidden underneath a flower pot. He began to turn them over carefully, looking under each. Presently, Peter sneezed. Kerchoo! Mr. McGregor was after him in no time, and tried to put his foot upon Peter, who jumped out of a window, upsetting 3 plants. The window was too small for Mr. McGregor, and he was tired of running after Peter. He went back to his work. Peter sat down to rest. He was out of breath and trembling with fright, and he had not the least idea which way to go. Also, he was very damp with sitting in that can. After a time, he began to wander about, going lippity, lippity, not very fast, and looking all round. Presently, he came to a pond where Mr. McGregor filled his water cans. A white cat was staring at some goldfish. She sat very, very still, but now and then the tip of her tail twitched as if it were alive. Peter thought it best to go away without speaking to her. He had heard about cats from his cousin, little Benjamin Bunny. He went back toward the tool shed, but suddenly, quite close to him, he heard the noise of a hoe. Scritch, scratch, scratch, scritch. Peter climbed upon a wheelbarrow and peeped over. The first thing he saw was Mr. McGregor hoeing onions. His back was turned towards Peter, and beyond him was the gate. Peter got down very quietly off the wheelbarrow and started running as fast as he could go. Mr. McGregor caught sight of him at the corner, but Peter did not care. He slipped underneath the gate and was safe at last in the wood outside the garden. Peter never stopped running or looked behind him till he got home to the big fir tree. He was so tired that he flopped down upon the nice soft sand on the floor of the rabbit hole and shut his eyes. His mother was busy cooking. She wondered what he had done with his clothes. It was the second little jacket and pair of shoes that Peter had lost in a fortnight. I am sorry to say that Peter was not very well during the evening. His mother put him to bed and made some chamomile tea, and she gave a dose of it to Peter, saying, 1 tablespoon to be taken at bedtime. But Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail had bread and milk and blackberries for supper. Poor Peter did not mind his mother, did he? Let's go call Kerfumbly and see if she likes this story. If she does, I can finally get out of here. And I hope I get out of here soon because I'm really running out of things to make a story out of. Help me call her, will you? Left and right and Zachary Zoo, here's a story just for you.
Hello, Marian. Oh, is my hair story ready?
Yes, it is. Oh, Kerfumbly, I really hope you like this one.
Oh, let's see. Who is this story about? Peter Rabbit? Oh, was Peter Rabbit a good little rabbit who always minded his mother? No? Did Peter go someplace that he was not supposed to go? He did. Where did he go? Mr. McGregor's garden? Oh, did Mr. McGregor catch Peter? No? Oh, good. What did Peter's mother do when he got home? Put him to bed? And gave him some chamomile tea? Oh, isn't this a good story? But Marian, there's one thing I don't understand. I asked for a story about hair, and you gave me a story about a rabbit.
Well, Kerfumbly, I thought that was the kind of hair you meant.
Oh, I see. There's hair like this, and then there's this kind of hair.
Oh, and what a cute little hair he is.
Marian, are there other words that sound the same but have different meanings?
Well, yes, there are. Let me see. Like, I've got one. Tail.
Oh.
And tail, like story. The tale of Peter Rabbit.
Oh, yeah, and I have one. There's hi, and then there's hi.
Hi, yes. Let me think. There's I and I.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and then, of course, there's write, like I can write a story. And then there's write, like you gave me the right story.
The right story? Oh, Kerfumbly, I gave you the right story?
Oh, no, Marian. You gave me the wrong story. When I asked for a story about hair, I meant the kind of hair that grows on heads.
A story about the kind of hair that grows on heads? This is going to be a hard one to find. Come back and help me next time, will you?
Once upon a time, a witch loved stories galore, and greedy as she was, she wanted more and more. When she saw that the librarian had stories of all kinds, she said, "I'll capture you, all your stories will be mine." There took place a curious chase through meadow, tree, and flower, till at last they ended up right at the witch's tower. Now poor Marian, the librarian, a prisoner she'll stay, until the witch is happy and lets Marian go away.